Welcome back to the show. Many thanks for staying with us. President Akufo-Addo 2 years ago pledged to make Accra the cleanest city by the end of his term in office. Again, in the State of the Nation address delivered on February 8, 2018, the president stated that the state of sanitation in the country was unacceptable because most cities have been engulfed with filth. The construction of an integrated recycling and compost plant here in Accra is going to be, I beg your pardon, the game changer, according to Environment Minister Professor Kwabena Frimpong. The multi-purpose waste treatment and material recovery facility is expected to help rid the city of filth whilst providing jobs for hundreds of Ghanaians. Maxwell Agbagba has been speaking to Emmanuel Ting, who is the plant manager.
One of the sorting cabins here at this recycling plant, we are told that 8 people will be stationed here, and they will be responsible for the segregation of waste. They will be provided with various PPEs. It's a state-of-the-art facility, and there is a mechanism in place to suck out the odor that is likely to come out from the waste in here. Well, when they segregate the waste and separate them, they will drop them inside these containers under the cabin.
This is a sorting and composting plant, what we call a recycling plant, where we are going to receive and process municipal solid waste into usable products like compost, plastic pellets, paper, metals, and so on and so forth. The process starts from the receiving bay, where the trucks first go, and then we weigh how much waste they are bringing in here. From there, they are directed to tip in the receiving bay, and from the receiving bay, yes, the receiving bay. From there, we have a wheel loader here, which scoops the waste from the receiving bay to feed the first equipment called the hoppers. We have 2 lines here, and all the 2 lines are going to be run at the same time. Each line is going to process 200 tons in 8 hours, meaning in a day we are going to process, or in 8 hours, we are going to process 400 tons of waste here every day. Over there, we have about 8 people or 8 of our staff stationed there to sort different materials. Especially, we are going to sort refuse-derived fuel, or RDF, which comprises the textiles, shoes, bags, and all the things that we can burn to generate electricity. We are going to sort all of them into their container. Then we sort paper and cardboard also for the paper industry. So in the end, nothing actually goes to the landfill site. We are going to actually close the loop, use 100% of our waste instead of creating a mess. Landfill, which has taken a whole lot of land in the cities and towns, and then causing a whole lot of health hazards also. So this plant is actually going to address all these problems. There wouldn't be the need to look for land which we can't find, especially in the cities, to site new landfills. There is no need to worry about these leachates causing health hazards and all that. So that is the advantage that we are going to derive from this establishment.
Maxwell Agbagba speaking to the plant manager. We can now hear from Environment Minister Professor Kwabena Frimpong saying his ministry is working on a plastic management plan for the consideration of cabinet on how to deal with Ghana's plastic menace.
Population growth and changing lifestyles have led to increasing quantities of waste generated in Ghana every day. And this is posing challenges to us, especially the plastic waste that results from plastic packaging, plastic bottles, water sachets, plastic straws, chewing gums, to plastic casing used in household appliances and automotive parts. And that is why my ministry is working hard to draw up a plastic management policy with this implementation plan, and this is ready for consideration of Cabinet. With what we have today, segregation of mixed waste will be made easier. And as Zoom Lion Executive Chairman said, we have the capacity to segregate the waste even at the point of disposal, so that the various waste streams can be utilized by business people to generate wealth for themselves.
Business Development Minister Mohammed Awal, who represented the Vice President, said government is committed to the fight against filth.
Very heartwarming to know that the private sector, through this illustrious and enthusiastic entrepreneur, Dr. Joseph Siajapon and his company Zoom Lion, has taken up the challenge to support government in making its vision a reality, as we witness the commission of this futuristic state-of-the-art integrated recycle and compost plant, an innovative 400-ton facility that employs the most modern technology to recycle organic, plastic, and other waste into usable raw materials to feed agriculture and other industries. This will go a long way, ladies and gentlemen, to support government's drive to promote agriculture through the planting of food and jobs and one district, one factory programs. Indeed, government is fully aware that our economic transformation agenda cannot be complete without the private investors assuming a central role in the mix. This is why we have, since assuming office, created a stable macroeconomic environment for the private sector to blossom. We are without doubt that the integrated recycling and composite plant, whose launch we are here to witness, appropriately addresses these three pillars. It is expected that we will take deliberate steps to ensure that Ghana is fully Agenda 2030 compliant, leading to the general well-being of every Ghanaian.
Business Development Minister, now the Executive Chairman of the Jospon Group of Companies, Dr. Joseph Siajapon, says the recycling and compost plant will contribute immensely to addressing the sanitation challenges the country faces.
In Ghana alone, we generate over 5 million tons of waste. And so when you are able to recycle 5 million tons of waste from compost into plastics, aluminium, metal, you could see the value. Currently, we import about $30 million of fertilizer as part of government's effort in subsidizing farmers into agriculture. So the Accra compost is able to generate about 200 tons, and if these plants and others in the other various regions are able to support government's agriculture with fertilizer, you could see the value that we could generate. So this plant and this enclave is called the Accra Waste Recovery Center, whereby we are going to recover about 60% of waste that is generated within the Accra metropolitan and other districts, and then we will be able to sort out the plastics, the metal, turn them into other usable and other valuable products. Let us all join hands. Zoom Lion cannot do it alone. With a collective effort from government and from the people of Ghana, I appeal that we can deal with this waste. The vision of His Excellency, the President Nana Akufo-Addo, can be achieved. I say it's a bold decision that Accra and Ghana should be clean by the end of the first year of his first term. And I think that we can achieve it. So let's all join hands